Guys, welcome back to Moonborn, and we're going to be doing episodes 3 today. I might do 4, I'm not sure. Anyway, it says Mia saves an innocent man from police abuse, but it's not people she should be afraid of. Of course. Right, because they framed a random person for the murders. So we wanted to help with that. So let's see what she comes up with. Chapter 3, Abduction. The next morning, Mia was nervous. Really? Shut up. It's funny because it's actually about this game. It's the Reddit page I'm getting notifications about. Anyway, sorry. Trisha would have noticed this, so the girl decided to leave the dorm before her friends started asking questions. I can't believe it. I'm planning the escape of the main suspect in a series of murders. In the evening, Victor sent her a message with the name of the man, Stanley Fisher, and the address where he will be taken. We'll need to inspect the place in advance. There may be surveillance cameras nearby, and the whole city will be looking for me afterwards. So I'll need a mask to hide my face. And maybe I should change clothes? The girl stroked the tummy of the cat who was sprawled on the bed. She quietly got ready, trying not to wake Trisha, and left. Oh, he looks worried. Mia took out her smartphone and called Victor. Mia? Hi, I want to check out the place beforehand, have a look around. This is rational. It wouldn't hurt to come up with a plan of action in advance. Right. I'll come and pick you up right now. Okay, can we stop somewhere along the way? Of course. Cool. I would change her clothes, but she's about to change anyway, so. Before heading to the industrial zone, the girl bought a mask at a sporting goods store. She sat in the car with Victor, pulled over at a warehouse. They had agreed on a plan. The only thing to do now is wait. Put on the mask so you won't forget later on. These masks, though. They're ridiculous. I kind of just wanted to put the black mask on. But it's kind of hilarious, you gotta admit. I'm just gonna... Ridiculous. What do you think? Don't worry, the mask completely hides your face. The police won't be able to identify you. Mia looked at her watch. Stanley Fisher was about to be brought through. I think I better do it myself. But we planned for this. You are a better driver. You have to be the wheel man. He sighed, then nodded. I can handle it. Oh, crap. Are we going in? Oh, no. I can't change my clothes now. No. A few minutes later, the girl got out of the car. It's time. I hope you're not wearing that. Me, keep in mind, I can't drive any closer than this. She nodded. Yeah, they've got dash cams, I'm sure. I'll have to come back here. Best not to risk it. Yeah. Are we going in? No! Alright, okay, I changed my clothes. I changed my clothes like at the beginning. I was like, oh no, I'm not doing this again. Okay, a few minutes later, the girl got out of the car. It's time. And keep in mind, I can't drive any closer. Yeah, okay. We did this part. Come back here. Let's not risk it. Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go. Mia hid in the shadows beneath the fire escape. Soon police cars appeared. Here he is. Stanley. Poor guy. Well, do you recognize the place? Stanley Fisher was guarded by 2 more cops in addition to the lead officer. No surprises yet. Drivers don't count. Victor will take care of them. The girl waited until the police moved away from the cars and then slowly moved in behind them. First cop. Okay, I gotta keep on this because there's a quick option. I need to remember who has what. First cop. Why are we even messing around with this guy? It's pretty clear that he's the killer. He's a freaking psycho. Okay, second cop. Yeah, these guys always become serial killers. What does that mean? Stanley is not a maniac. No, sir. Stanley didn't kill anyone. Yeah, tell it to the judge, buddy. The officer looked at his watch. Where the hell is the camera guy? He's got to get everything on tape. He did not know the police cameraman would not be coming. Victor had spent the whole night getting him drunk at the bar, and now the poor fellow, if he was even awake yet, had a terrible hangover. Maybe we can make our cycle a bit more talkative? Yeah, let's just get a confession out of him ourselves and go home early. What? You guys want to beat him up on top of everything? While there are no cameras around, it's worth a try. The officer grabbed Fisher by the shoulder, shook him, pointing down the street. She was laying over there, young girl. You remember? What a bastard, cop. If I can get a recording of this, it could compromise their case later. The smartphone was in the girl's purse. Will I be able to record and stick to the plan at the same time? Yep. She quickly took out the smartphone and started shooting video. It was time to act. Just gotta be careful not to kill anyone. You brought her body here and just left it, yeah? So where'd you do the deed? Where'd you kill her? Yeah? And how? Don't even try to deny any of it, buddy. We've got all the proof we need. Mia quickly approached. One of the cops noticed her and drew his pistol from the holster. Hold it. Get those hands where I can see him. Okay, so he has the gun. She needs to decide who to disarm first. Second cop. He has a gun. The next second, the girl was next to the policeman. Stop. Press the wheel. Mia gazed at the man. In a second, he tossed his gun away in horror and covered his face with his hands. He began sobbing uncontrollably. The officer turned towards them. What is the matter with you? And you, sleep. The officer blinked at her in surprise, then yawned and gently lowered himself to the ground. Stanley is scared. Bah. The first cop fired, just missing. Fisher had been in the way, disrupting his aim. He wouldn't have the opportunity for a second shot. Drop it. The pistol bounced to the pavement. The big man stared at his hands in bewilderment. Now run. But the policeman did not run. He just barely started ambling towards the factory buildings. The power of hypnosis was coming to an end. The second cop, crouching, sobbed plaintively. The officer looked around sleepily, not having any idea what was going on. The girl turned off the camera on her smartphone and leaned in over the officer. Now then, I've got video here of you trying to beat a confession out of him. Got the whole conversation right here. Just remember that if you come, now you have to run, please. That if you come looking for me or Stanley, if you come looking for me or Stanley, right? Grasping Fisher's hand, she pulled him along. Let's go. Stanley must go with the police, otherwise they will be angry. Oh, poor thing. No, Stanley, you should come with me now. Screams echoed through the valley. Victor was taking care of the cops left in the cars. There's no time left. We must hurry. Stanley wouldn't budge. He shook with fear. Not Stanley's fault. Stanley is good. Oh my God. Mia touched his cheek and spoke tenderly. Of course, Stanley. You're not guilty. Stanley is very good. Now let's calm down. You don't have to be afraid of me. Come on. Good, but a bit faster. Fisher began to move as sirens filled the air in the distance. Please, Stanley, we gotta run. The remaining cops were strewn about unconscious by the cars. Everything is fine. Victor should be waiting. Seeing them, Fisher started shaking and stopped. Mia had to persuade him again. Every second passing brought the sirens closer. Turning the corner, the girl almost collided with Victor's car. The vampire slammed on the brakes. Come on, hurry up. There are reinforcements on the way. Mia shoved Fisher into the back seat and climbed in behind him. Go, go, go. She closed the door on the move. Where are you taking Stanley? Where? Stanley started screaming and twitching, kicking the driver's seat. His shouting would be heard. Try to calm him down. Stanley, I want to help. No need to make noise. She stroked the insane man on the arm. Trust me, please. Those people wanted bad things for you, and I had to save you from them. In my opinion, he's afraid of your mask. Stanley, I'm a friend. They left the industrial zone and got on the highway, leaving the sirens behind them in the distance. Whew. Whoa, where are we at? Mia brought Stanley to a hideout apartment. He'd have to live here for a couple of days, then Victor could get him across the border. In the afternoon, Max climbed into Fisher's house, which had been sealed by the police, and brought some of his things. Oh, thanks, Max. They included some photos in a small box. The fugitive was busy with these, sitting on the couch. What have you got there? Memories. Stanley keeps them for many years. In a few hours, the girl had established a line of communication with the man. Fisher turned out to be rather independent and a big fan of hot cocoa, which he himself made. Photos of your family? Yes. He brought 2 steaming cups from the kitchen and handed one to Mia. Do you want some? Yeah. I do want some hot cocoa right now. It's simply amazing. Stanley, this is the best hot chocolate I've ever had. Grandma's recipe. The poor guy the police were going to frame for the murder turned out to be completely normal when not having a panic attack. He seemed odd, but not crazy. She remembered how he was during the day, how he spoke about himself in the third person. Now all of that was gone. Interesting. Stanley, well, I know why the police blamed him. The vampires just probably planted some evidence or something like that. Have you been to South America? Yeah, where's his family at? There's nobody left. Grandma brought me up. She died a long time ago. Oh. Have you lived alone all this time since then? No, with Tom and Tim. But nobody sees them except for me. He looked at Mia and smiled. That was a joke. Oh! I spent a few years in the hospital. I had friends there. I don't understand one thing. He changed the subject without any hint of segue. Why did you help me? Because you're innocent. I have the wrong reactions to stressful situations, but I have a unique ability to analyze. It's clear to me that you're not just a girl who loves justice. I saw what you did to those cops. It's not like anyone would believe a madman. But I won't tell. I have no one to tell. I'm just very curious. Who are you? How can I explain it to you? If I go telling him I'm half vampire, he's gonna lose his shit and think I'm the one being crazy or lying. Should I just say it's better if he doesn't know? Probably that, right? I mean, that's a lot to believe without... I kind of want to say half vampire, see what he say. I'm gonna say it's better if you don't. I'm sorry. Come on. Well, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to. More hot cocoa? Absolutely. Stanley returned to his photos in his old box. Mia thought that everything had turned out better than expected for the guy. Victor started a bank account in Fisher's name. He'd be very well off. This innocent lunatic can maybe finally find some peace. Okay. I think we did something good, and then since he's on the run, then it'll just be escaped, and they'll assume that he did it. However, hopefully they won't be able to find him and charge him with anything. And also, since he seems on the run, once again, they won't try to frame somebody else for it. So, hopefully that works out. The next day, Max was looking after Stanley, and Mia headed to the Supernatural Daily. The article on witches and fortune tellers was ready. The girl decided not to send it to the editorial by email. She wanted to relax and chat with her coworkers. I also want to change her hair a little bit. Mr. Bell, here's the new stuff. Great. The owner of the magazine took the flash drive and looked at Mia with a bit of guilt. I found Walter's notes, the journalist who worked here before you. There's got to be a lot of interesting things in there. We need your help. You understand? Yes. You just got to figure them out. Oh, no. I understand, Mr. Bell. Come on, I'll show you what the papers are. It's a lot of papers. Mia took one of the folders at random, opened it. There were tons of completely disorganized pages inside, filled with marks, notes, and sketches of articles. What a mess. Other folders were no better. How did he make any sense of this? Generally speaking, very poorly. He was an irresponsible and sloppy wreck of a man. We had fights over this crap all the time. The girl realized that it would take more than a day to sift through everything. Work's work. Trevor's busy right now, so don't wait around expecting help. I hope there'll be something truly useful in here. Alright, well, I get out of your way and let you leave you to it. Mia sighed and began to sort the papers. Louis chuckled, passing by. Hi, Shadow Raven. Louis, if you don't want to help, then just carry on to wherever you were just going. Come on, don't be like that. Then don't speak! Just don't talk to me, like at all. In a few minutes, he returned with coffee. Here, cheer up. I can't stay and help. I have a ton of work to do. At least he brought coffee. It'd be better if he brought tea, but... Yeah. He left. Mia, relieved, returned to work. Wow, this guy wrote about everything. There are government plots and little green men, Atlantis, the transmigration of souls. Camilla approached Mia. Have you heard about that crazy guy? What are you talking about? Which one? It's all over the news. The cops caught that serial killer, didn't you hear? It's better to stay consistent. I've been telling people that I knew one of the victims, so... Really? I'm so sorry. The student, the last one he killed, we studied together. Jesus. I'd be afraid to sleep if it was my friend who was killed that way. Yeah, the whole dorm was pretty shook up. What did they say in the news? Has the trial already taken place? I don't think so. So was a suspect that got away. Camilla, not a killer, right? Oh, I don't know. I mean, if you're innocent, why would you run? Probably just not to go to jail for the rest of your life? After all, everyone's already decided that he is the murderer, even without proof. The editor shrugged. Maybe you're right. What are they saying about the accomplice and how he got away? Nothing much, really. I don't think the police have any leads or clues, really. They lost him, so now they're just hushed up, hiding behind, confidential information. What do we even pay taxes for? Camilla returned to her desk. Well, that's good news, if the police really don't know anything about it. Mia's attention was drawn to the notes in yet another notebook. This handwriting is almost entirely unintelligible. Walter's handwriting was particularly difficult to understand here. Was he drunk when he wrote this, or what? Or panicked? Curious. Let's try to make sense of it. The girl sat back and began to read. It's unbelievable, and you can't tell anyone. No one is going to believe me. Then a bunch of gibberish scrawlings, followed by... Vampires exist. Mia looked around, making sure nobody was watching her, and continued. Vampires exist. I saw them with my own eyes. It was late at night. I was just walking around the city looking for some article inspiration. Here is Walter. The city never sleeps. Constant cars, music blaring out of open windows, people yelling at each other. All of this is the classic voice of the metropolis. This non-stop life with all its crime, punks getting stoned, and littered alleyways. With all this dirt that the city will never be able to wash clean. I'm used to it. I like it. But typically, I just keep walking if I heard a woman scream around the corner. It was different this time. Why? I don't even know. Help! Somebody help me! Hastening my steps, I turned the corner and essentially turned my life on its head. I saw just dark silhouettes against the shabby wall. Please, don't touch me. Quiet, don't make a sound. That silhouette already looks suspicious. She didn't even think about the police. You can't find cops around here. A crappy street in a crappy neighborhood and another victim of a crappy man. For some reason, I was not at all surprised that the woman shut up when she was told to. Look up. She obeyed and tilted her head back. I was still walking, but in my mind I'd already decided they were just playful lovers having a game, maybe. He clung to her, but this was no kiss. I finally saw. I thought it was him. I thought it was him, for sure. My work had been preparing me for this meeting for many years, and yet I froze, as if the Gorgon Medusa had gazed into my eyes. He released the woman from his grasp, and she fell at his feet. The vampire stepped over her body, approached me, wiping blood from his lips with a handkerchief. Imagine that. Someone actually came to her calls for help. He walked around me admiring me as if I was a statue. And who are you? It was impossible to remain silent. My body, my mind belonged to him. I gave my name, my address, and even my social security number. Damn. How easy it is to control you people. But the nonsense you end up spewing about yourselves, I'll never understand. You're amusing. I might not even kill you. And so he didn't. Just turned my night into a little private hell. Like a puppet with me understanding everything I was doing, I helped him get rid of the corpse. It was a young and beautiful woman, a brunette in a red dress. She was so pale, maybe the blood loss, or just her nocturnal lifestyle. Her makeup was way too bright. The nature of her occupation slowly dawned on me. She had left the rock bottom of her life just to hit the rock bottom of a sewer well. And I put her there. You will tell no one about what you have seen, or you will end up in a mental hospital. I was a vampire toy, but he made me a generous offer. To convert as a gift, I will grant you this. After some time, I will come for you. You will kill a human at your own will and not under hypnosis, and you will become my servant, a vampire. I didn't have to ask about the alternative. He explained it himself. I will teach you to be an immortal. You can refuse, but you had better kill yourself before I come for you. Why me? Why does he need a servant? What do I have to do in addition to hiding the bodies of his victims? Will I drink blood and kill people? What will happen to my soul? The vampire didn't say anything to that. Be seeing you. He disappeared into the darkness. He let me go. He removed the leash of hypnosis, but put on a tight collar of anticipation. Whatever I was to choose now, it was time to say goodbye to my life. I now understand why the city doesn't sleep. There are predators out at night. If you allow yourself to relax for a minute and you close your eyes, they'll attack. But permanent insomnia can drive you crazy. A crappy street, a crappy neighborhood, a crappy choice. Death, immortality, or madness. Perhaps I'm already insane. Damn, that's fucked up. The girl closed the notebook. Well? Shivers ran down her spine. Is this just an article for the magazine? Or did Walter actually meet a vampire? No. It can't be. Could there even be coincidences like that? I took the place of the one who... Mia went to the editor. Camilla? Yes? Do you remember when Walter quit? Of course. A couple of weeks before you arrived. Do you still have his address? Why? Didn't you see? I'm sorting out his papers. Yeah. So I'd just like to... Thank him for the mess. Actually, he has more records. I doubt he would. He kept all of his work stuff here. But there's a chance? I wouldn't count on much. Camilla opened a document on her computer. Here you go. It's not far from the city center. I sent it to your email. By the way, if you're interested, this is him. The editor turned her screen towards Mia. Simon took the picture. Thank you. I'll just keep up working here. Maybe call on Walter later? The girl shook her head and grinned. Nonsense, of course. Most likely, Walter was just preparing an article. Mia sorted through half of the boxes by evening, and then took a well-deserved break when Simon appeared. Everyone else had already gone home. Mia, good to see you. Hey, where have you been? Took some romantic photo shots for couples. By the way, it's good that you're here. I printed a few pictures from that night in the forest. You want to see them? Yeah. Hope there are no pictures of me soaking wet. Nah, just to dry you. Forest landscape. Bonfire under the ravine. Portrait of Simon. Sunset. I assume that's me. I like the forest landscape picture though. That's really pretty. Because whatever picture you pick, you get to keep it on your desk here. Because eventually you get to decorate your desk with all kinds of stuff. So it's pretty cool. I'm going to go with the forest landscape because I think it's pretty. This is the best one. You're a good photographer. Thanks. Would you like some coffee? Why not? Simon turned on the coffee machine, then returned to the girl. Be ready in a jiffy. His hand lay on Mia's thigh. Don't. Whatever you say. You're a good friend. A friend, Simon. Yeah, I get it. Should I take you home? The girl looked at him doubtfully. And your pickup? I got it fixed. It's like new. If it breaks down again, it'll be the last time I get in. The pickup did not disappoint. Simon drove Mia back to her dorm. She got out of the car and waved to Simon. See you again soon? Yes, Simon. Goodbye. She watched the old orange truck belching out exhaust as it disappeared around the bend. Oh my god. The girl felt someone behind her back and turned sharply. You scared me. Why so twitchy? And why are you sneaking up on me? Hey. Hi. What's up with the loser in a rustmobile? It's Simon, a coworker. Are you just visiting or did something happen? Everything is fine. I got acquainted with some students and I asked about you. And what did they tell you? Oh, it's better you don't know. Just envy and gossip. Only one girl seemed to like you. Wow, what bitches. One, Trisha. My girlfriend and roommate. Talkative. So why are you waiting for me? Who's watching Stanley now? I just wanted to know how you're doing. Sean is watching Fisher. I'm fine, I think. Listen, I'm hungry. Is there a decent place nearby? That's if you're not in a hurry to get home, of course. Come on. Max ordered them each a large steak and various salads and cheeses. For dessert, milkshakes and strudel. So this is what a hungry like a wolf means. Tell me already. Where is it that you work? What's up with the secrecy? You ever hear of Supernatural Daily? No, but judging by the name, sounds like something awfully yellow. It's probably worth me starting at the very beginning. I received a package with an invitation to a masquerade. Max listened without interrupting. When Mia was finished, the werewolf shook his head. Girlfriend, I don't even know what to say. You sure would tell him for getting into trouble. Is it karma biting at you or something? Not funny. I'm not laughing. Well, now I'll certainly be reading all your articles. I have an alias, Shadow Raven. There was nothing better available. You're a jerk. I almost forgot. I brought a gift for you from Sean. Hold on. There was an amulet inside. Thank you. A fang amulet. An eye amulet. A fur amulet. Bone. Is that a symbol from Charmed? It is a symbol from Charmed. Thing. But I like the eye one. I think it's really pretty. Oh, that's the gift of the moon one. Sean made it himself from that boar. You put a good word in for him so they'd not punish him too much. He just wanted to thank you. Thanks, Sean, for me. It's very unlikely I'll actually work. That's fucked up. I really like it. Sure will. He'll be thrilled. Or give me his number and I'll call him myself. One more thing. Did you delete the video of the policeman and Fisher from your phone? Yes, of course. I put it on a flash drive and hid it. Right. Get rid of the SIM card, just in case. We'll have the cops dig up all the phones that were used in that area at the time. Okay. Mia took the cinema card out of her phone and broke it in half. Max nodded and pulled another one from his pocket. I've already bought you a new one. They chatted for a while and then the werewolf walked Mia to the dorm. Turning to the hall, the girl saw that the door to her room was open. Looks like Trisha went somewhere for a minute and just didn't close the... Moonbeam was sitting on the doorstep. The next moment he looked past Mia. In a flash, someone grabbed Mia from behind, covering her mouth with their hand. She tried to wrestle herself free, but she was held tight, so hard that it became increasingly clear this was not a man. The girl struggled violently. A second pair of hands grabbed her hair. That fucking silhouette again! I know who you are. Don't move. If I pretend to faint... Like, remember, when I was, fighting against Jake yesterday in the pool? I pretended to not struggle and he thought he had won, and then I slipped out of his grasp. I'm gonna do that. Mia closed her eyes, dropping limp in her attacker's arms. What's with her? She must have fainted. Make sure she's alive. A strong hand roughly pulled her head up by the hair. Hey, you there. The girl looked at him squarely in the eyes. It was the vampire from the Benny Buck concert. Hypnotize him. There wasn't much time to get the gaze started. Free me. The vampire let Mia go. He released his arms from her back. To hold him any longer, she'd lose her power. He was much stronger than she was. The girl leapt aside and had a second to assess the situation. It couldn't get much worse. There were 3 of them, all vampires. Sorry. So stereotypical, oh my god. The tall one attacked, raising his fist. But yielding to Mia's will, he missed his mark. His fist knocked a chunk of the plaster from the wall. Mia tried to subdue the shaved one. Hold them up. The vampire hesitantly stepped forward, blocking the way with his body while the girl rushed towards the stairs. If I can just manage to get to the street from there. She did not make it. Someone leaned heavily onto her back. They rolled on the floor, scrambling for a handhold. Mia spied the tall vampire's shoe with the corner of her eye. Jeez. Sorry. Just getting photos. Take this. Ooh. Mia took a hit to the cheekbone and passed out. Take her. The whole fight didn't even last a couple of minutes. Trisha returned from the shower. Nobody heard the... Hey, what's all the rumble? Now you come out. Who's there? No one's here. Oh, poor baby. He looks so scared. Hey, Moonborn, who scared you? Then she saw the piece shatter from the wall and the crack spiderwebbing away from it. Oh no. Okay, that was crazy. So we were abducted by 3 vampires, for who knows why reason. I think I got an yeah, I think I got an idea. But yeah, so that'll be interesting. So we can try to figure out how to get out of this situation next time. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the part right here. Yeah, I'm gonna get this edited and then play another one a little bit later, but I have something to do. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, go ahead and show the video a little bit of love, and I will see you next time. Bye!